Hello, welcome to Val's Crafty Creations. Today I want to share with you my finished mason jar gift bag swap. If you missed the video where I shared what I received from my swap partner, it'll be linked at the end of this video. But here you go, she created one of the small versions and the large versions. The only requirement for the swap was to create one large one. She added some beautiful dangles on the bottom and on the side here. It really turned out lovely. So in the description will be the video that we used for inspiration on how to create these mason jar gift bags. The swap required us to use our We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, which I had, so I went ahead and dusted off the cobwebs and got going on this project. For this project, I went ahead and stuck with my plans to use the Graphic 45 Joy to the World collection. I had my mind all set on using this little cut apart with the blue angel on it. And as I looked for paper in the stack, there just wasn't any that really matched with it or worked well. So I had to change my mind. I ended up finding this paper with a kind of a more neutral background with the holly on it. Luckily there was 2 sheets of that particular paper left, so I went ahead and cut them to size. It was required 5 by 8, which was perfect because the paper pad being 8 by 8. And then I went ahead and looked through and found some other cut aparts I could use, a couple of tags. I ended up settling on this one here. That this was really cute. Christmas bells, merry ring, and happy hearts. Cheerily sing. And I wanted to add some kind of a bead dangle of some sort, so I created this one here, and I had just got this little angel from Donna, so that worked out perfect there, and then the little star. And then I'd also thought these tag shaped dies that I had also got recently from Donna would work perfect. Here's one of the little chipboards. I still had quite a few of those left, so found one that matched really nice, Joy to the World. And then when I was looking through my stash, I found 2 of the little flat back holly pieces. So I put the large one down here and the small one up here on the bow. And then this red jute came from Jelly Bean. I thought that was really perfect. And then we had to create, we needed a 1-inch strip to go across the top here, and I had just couple strips of the gold paper. I got that from Michael's, so that was perfect. And then I had the pack of vellum on my desk, so I used that, and I had some vintage lace, and then I put around the jar also some seam binding that I had. And yeah, so I thought the vintage lace would be really pretty around the bag, and you really only need to decorate the front, but I went ahead and decorated the back. I used the same border strip all the way around, and the lace, wrap that around, and the gold top. I think it came out really nice. From the second cut apart with the little blue angel on it, I went ahead and created my note card. Also incorporated the red twine, some of the holly sequins, and berries on the corner, a little cluster there, and a few of the holly sequins down here, a little piece of one of the border strips and some vellum. And I went ahead and finished both the front and the back. Got my note in there. Well, that's all ready to go. Then I wanted to include some kind of goodies, so I brought out my little mason jar die from Sunny Studios, and I started creating little mason jars. And I decided they were kind of plain with just the craft paper and the foil on top, so I decided to add some of the vellum to them. And then I started adding my goodies. And you can see here, and I had a piece of the paper left, and I strategically cut it so that the Christmas bells merry ringing was right here. Incorporated some of the red jute right there. And on this here, the strip I cut off, there was a second one of these little postage stamps, so I went ahead and popped it up there right over the other one. And I had that sheet of enamel dots with only few left on it, and so I thought the green ones would be perfect on there. Oh, let me share with you. Here are these little mason jars. Pull those out. I went ahead and shared some of the little Dollar Tree pearls on the first two here. And this one is 2 yards of the baker's twine, and then some of the little holly and berry sequins. And I thought this bow should have been on this one and vice versa, but it was already created, so I just left it. She can alter these or do anything. So yeah, they have the vellum on them, and I inked all the edges, and they are on foam tape, but the foam tape in the middle, the backing is still on it, so she'll be able to use it. I went ahead and created just this little cluster of sequins here with a glue dot. I really like doing that, especially these kind of sequins. So they're small. You can just create a little cluster and added a bow here and some of the jute and one of the little red flowers, felt flowers. And I think those came out really cute, and I think that's a really great way to share some goodies. So that'll be all packaged up in there. So you're supposed to sandwich a paper bag between your 2 mason jar cutouts. So I'm going to do that, and then my goodies are going to be right in there, and then my note card will be right on top. And in addition to the little mason jar embellishments, I'm going to include some other goodies. When my swap partner and I were discussing our extras that we might send, I mentioned that I had quite a bit of vintage lace, and she sounded pretty interested in that, so I went ahead and gathered some up. It was saying black and cream. Then I also had this taupe color and this other cream here, so I went ahead and rolled them up and just tied them with a little bit of this green baker's twine. I have those all ready to go. And then I thought, because it was a bag swap, I'd go ahead and look through my paper bags and see what I had. So I found a few different sizes here. And I've tied it with this seam binding. It's kind of a mint green color. I believe I got that from Jelly Bean. And then my swap will be in this gold polka dot bag. And then once I've wrapped it in the tissue paper, I'm going to tie it with some of the same lace that I used around the top of the jar. And I think that'll be really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and get everything all packed up and ready to go out to my swap partner. I'll be right back. Okay, we are all set here. I've got the lace all tied around it. I just need to trim up the ends and kind of cinch it down a little bit. But I really like how it all ended up turning out. I hope my partner enjoys everything that I'm sending. I do appreciate you all stopping by Val's Crafty Creations today. You take care, and I'll be back again soon with another crafty video.